Hey y'all, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you guys are watching this. Uh it's 4:17 and here I am going live right now. So hopefully everything's gonna go well. Do it and everybody's doing all right. I did some yard work here on the ranch today. I weed eated I weed eated one area and my wife did the other half. And then I spent 3 days, a 3 day week, or a little bit over a week with my sister, and now I'm doing this, and it's partially cowboy stuff, and doing what I do and doing what I like and love to do is pretty excellent and perfect for a guy like me. I will say it's an amazing career, always will be, and it's everything that I want it to be and wish it would be. And within the career, you got to know what's right for you and know from right from wrong. Looking at my career in life is going good and doing the way and it's going the way I want it to go. Now, there's people that want to say, oh, you ain't a cowboy, oh, you don't live on a range. Well, an acre is the same thing as a ranch, okay? You might not say it isn't, but an acre to me is a ranch. So, whether you like it or not, an acre is a ranch and stuff like that, okay? And it's where I'm going to stand my ground, is right there. And if there's people that like to watch and people that don't like to watch, they don't have to watch the live channel here. Okay? But the way that I'm going to explain this is the way that it needs to be explained, okay? I tell nothing but the truth here. Always will, and it'll always be that way. So it just, for my explaining, everything has to go my way. Okay? If it doesn't go my way, then what happens? I don't get mad. It's just cowboys have to know from right from wrong, and they got to know where they're going in life. If they don't know where they're going in life, things may just change, whether it's 1,000 years from now or within the explaining, okay? I could have went live over there at my sister's house, but I don't have anywhere to go live over there at. So here I am in the ranch office and doing what I do, okay? This is my career, always will be my career. Getting up early, doing what I do, doing this, doing that, okay? Within a cowboy career, all the cowboys around the world, whether it's West Virginia, uh, Alaska, Tennessee, Georgia, Kentucky, wherever, okay, whether it's Florida, you're always going to be a cowboy, okay? And as of right now, I'm a Florida cowboy, always will, until we move up to Kentucky. Hopefully, we'll get to move up there and I can be a Kentucky cowboy. And I can, have a 1,000 acres or 1,000 ranches and whatever it may be out there. Okay. As of right now, we ain't got anybody watching. But I mean, I got until about 5:30, 6, 7. So I'm on here just to talk about what my career is going to be. Whether it's playing a guitar, getting into the musicians, or whatever it may be out there. But what I'm going to try to get at tonight is a cowboy wears gloves and they work with hay. Okay? Today I went and picked up some hay for the horses so they're eating. Okay? And what I do is I pick it up, drop it off, whatever, and they be. But then after that, even after that, you're so tired and you don't feel like doing anything. Okay? Within that career, the career has to be what you want it to be. It don't go from 1,000 years to 14 generations. It don't do that. Okay? And I really ain't got no generations here on this ranch just yet. But I say, like, because this is 2026, so I'm saying 2028, 2029, or 2010, we might have, we might have some generations out there. But as of right now, I ain't got no generations and what all. So I just got to do what I got to do to maintain this ranch. Meaning, what I also got to do is doing what I got to do. Okay? Life is life, always will be life. Diet Pepsi is what a cowboy drinks. Diet Coke is what cowboys drink. Regular Coke is not what cowboys drink. Some people might say I'm just a Coca-Cola cowboy, but I'm whatever cowboy there may be out there. Okay? It don't matter if you're lame or not lame. You're always gonna be a cowboy, okay? And you always will be something, whether it's maintaining your lane or whatever. But you're having to do what's right for your career. Even if it's not right for your career, work on it. Okay? That's the one thing you're going to have to do is if you're having a career. That career is always going to mean if you got cattle or whatever it may be, then you're right there with having the career that you need to have. This career is always going to be my career. There ain't going to be nobody that stops me from having this career. And the career that's there is having this ranch, doing the landscaping, doing everything allows me to have. And even if you're trying to do what you gotta do, there's always going to be people that bother you and stuff like that and say lame. But whenever you're going to have a ranch, you have to take care of the ranch that's there for your people. Even if you have a wife, you know, it's just what you got to do. And my wife, as of right now, she's not here. She's in um, Orlando with her family as of right now. And with this ranch, I got a lawnmower, and the lawnmower's on the ranch right now. And whenever I get up there and I want to mow, I don't wear a cowboy hat on the mower. I would just wear a ball cap because cowboys wear ball caps. They wear whatever hat they want to wear. They don't have to wear a cowboy hat all the time, but I just wear one right here on the channel because I'm a cowboy and I just work on a ranch, always will. And people are going to say, "Oh, show the ranch or whatever." We don't do that just because it's for our safety and I don't need people showing up here at the ranch. So the ranch is just whatever it is, and it's for our safety, me and my wife, okay? And so that's why me and my wife ain't gonna show the ranch. We're not gonna be, you know, it's just whatever. So the ranch itself, we weed eat it, blow it, and what we use for the blower. My bad, I just drooled. Um, with the blower that we got is let me see. The blower that we use right here on the ranch is a backpack blower, and it's an Echo. Uh, that we could just say, "Oh, let's get this going," because it's an Echo, and pull the cord and be done with it. But um, we also use the Echo weed eater, full power, it's good. We use a Toro riding mower, time cutter, zero turn. It cuts good. I do all the work myself just because I'm the king rancher, piece of dirt. So it's just and then some people want to say, "Oh, all your animal the ranch has been shut down, all the animals died and stuff like that." Well, you know what? It didn't happen. The ranch is still here. Um, always will, always will, always will. There's no shutting us down unless there is something completely bad that's going to basically happen. But other than that, this ranch is always going to stay a ranch. We don't show pictures of the ranch. We don't do any of the other stuff that people want to see because it's for our safety. We don't give addresses out. We don't do any of that. Unless if somebody needs their horse fixed, then that's when we will, do all that other nonsense. But, it's what happens. And what happens is we are worried about our safety, our health, and the horse's health. Anything that happens to those horses, we call a vet, and the vet will come out and take care of those horses. That's why the ranch is still in business as of right now, is because we have a vet that's in service. Like a mile down the road, that's where the vet's at. So it's all good. And it's what it is. Life will always stay as life. Those of you that might say, "Oh, you're not married. Oh, you ain't got a wife. You ain't got this." Well, check out the wedding ring. It's right there. The reason why it's not on my finger as of right now is because I don't wear it as of right now when it's getting dark. Throughout the day, like the long week or whatever, that's when I wear it. I just don't wear it when it's almost dark. So that's that. And I'm a King Ranger. Always will, always stay that way. And I worry about my stomach all the time. I'm going to eat some Publix chicken whenever my aunt gets off at 5:30. They got to go pick it up from Publix, bring it home, and then I'm going to dig in. So I've been a rancher for almost 7 years now. Well, 22, coming on 23. So I enjoy it. I really do. I enjoy it. Ever since I've been born, I've been a cowboy. Live the dream, y'all. Live the dream. I gotta sneeze. Let it rip, boys. Let it rip, Tater Chip. Now I'm gonna make a quick phone call. I'm gonna see where my buddy Chris Urich is. Right quick. And I gotta sneeze again. Live and learn on this ranch. Of course, he ain't gonna answer, but he's probably at work or he's driving home. Yeah, he's driving home. Only because he told me yesterday he's had to work out in Tampa. So there goes the let me see, cowboy work. When I say ball cap or regular hat, this is what I'll wear. When I'm mowing on the lawnmower, this is what I'll wear. Or I'll wear this one cowboy hat right here. Yep, this cowboy hat right here I would wear if I'm mowing yards. But mostly this one here, ball cap. I'm a King Ranch cowboy. Always will, stay that way. It'll stay that way up until I die. So, even when I get to be an old man, so it'll be that way. Still working up to getting my mullet, but it always it'll come out to where it needs to be, and it'll grow up to where it needs to be. Kind of like the business and the career, it'll grow. Watch it grow. Do it. I'm gonna be able to buy a horse real soon, and because the horses that are on this ranch right now are not mine. They are different people's around the world, and they just come and from different states, all around states, and just check out their horses. We just maintain them, making sure they got all their food, their grain, all that stuff, horse feed, all that other stuff. And just as of right now, stay tuned for more YouTube lives, and we'll do what's right for you. And you just gotta do from right from wrong, and that's what I always do. And it is, you can just watch this business grow right here from the ranch. This YouTube ranch it will always do what they do, and this ranch will always be the same. Ain't nothing gonna happen to this ranch. So the ranch is always gonna be a ranch, always will be a ranch, be the same, all that. And you might say, how do you get all your hay? Well, we cut the grass, it turns into hay, and then we get our tractor and we put the trailer that goes behind the tractor on there, and you go over the hay that we cut, and it rolls it up. And then I use the truck. I'll use my other truck, and after it's all rolled up, I'll use my other truck, hook it up to that, bring it over to where it needs to be for the horses, and then they'll eat off of it for about a week. But we now use the bales of hay. We don't use the 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 square bales of hay. So we use the big bales, like what the cows would live off of for about a week and a half. So that's what our horses will eat off of if they're out and about, and then when they run out of all that, then we do what we got to do we just do more. But it comes all around the world. All this hay comes all around the world. So pastures that just grow and grow from different places, that's how we get our grain. And all of our hays and bales of hay. Tractor Supply maybe carry them. I don't know. But we don't have any more. But we don't really have any more things to talk about here. But I mean, we've been in the business for a long time, and what this business that we got coming on here is pretty good. It's always going to be a career. It's always going to stay a career. But the main thing with this career is, you got to have the right equipment. And what I mean by that is you got to have the right trucks. The one truck that I got is this one, but it's also got, like, this is what we use for the bales of hay. So the thing that's behind it, that's how we get our hay, okay? And then the truck itself is like a Ford or a Chevy, but this style is a Ford. Okay, so there you go. The hay's on there, but it's not on there now because we unloaded it for the horses and stuff like that. And pretty much the one other truck that I got is a Ford pickup, 5 gallons to the gallon, or 5 miles to the gallon. And it's right there. Pretty good truck. It lasts a while. The zero turn that we run on this acre, or on the ranch, would be this bad boy here. It's a Toro time cutter. It's a pretty good mower. It does a pretty good job. There's no dents, no dings, or anything to it. It's just a real good mower. No complaints about it. Nothing. Just a regular fuel. It's not dieseled. It's not turboed, but it's a good truck. So I mean, when you got a truck like that, then you're pretty good on whatever it may be. But it does a pretty good, it doesn't even eat up the lawn either. It just does a good job. Like I said, I don't have no complaints about it. It's a good thing right here on the ranch. The ranch is a very good thing to have, especially if you have like thousands and thousands of horses on the same lot. Same with cows and cattle. You got to have that. You got to have that big lot, and you got to have that big acreage, and you got to make sure you have a house right on that same lot too. If you don't, then you're just going to be, you're pretty much going to be stuck in trouble. And really, if you got a horse on an acre, you're supposed to have one horse on an acre. If you don't, then but. See, we don't have no horses on our acres because we're on a full-size ranch. So, I mean, if you got one like in the tropical acres or whatever, it's one horse for an acre. But if you're on a ranch, it don't matter. You can have all the horses that you need or want. Need and want is two different things. So it's like, it is what it is. And you got to have the right tools. Okay. And if you don't have the right tools, there's no telling what might happen and what not and whatnot. So you're going to need to, figure it out. Okay. It's kind of a wait and play kind of game. Or play it out, see what happens, or just see which way the wind's gonna blow, that type of ordeal. But pretty much with this type of ordeal, ain't nothing gonna happen within that type of day or the week, the work week, the weekend, And I'm gonna tell you, working on a ranch, you're working on the weekends as well. You don't ever get a break. But see, I had a break. I went on vacation and I'm back from the vacation now, and it's called back to work. Okay. So that's why I said what today, or just a few minutes ago at the first beginning of this YouTube video, is that I got up, got dressed, and went out back and weed eated like two little areas. Not a whole lot. So it's just there are three little areas, front and back, but the front really didn't need it. But just the back is what I weed eated today, and it's the whole ordeal. So and then tomorrow, because I didn't get to do it today, but tomorrow for sure I'm gonna be up and bright and early to mow this ranch. And this ranch doesn't really need to be mowed, but the ranch itself could use the mowing. So it's just going to be the tropical, mowing season here. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you just got to do what you got to do, okay? I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm a jelly roll from country music because I don't get into country music. But, it's, you got to see what you got to see, what you're getting into. And whether or not you're getting into the ranch, the being a ranch hand or whatever, you're always having to do something, okay, on a ranch. And you never get when you're working on a ranch, you never get off because you're always working with animals and stuff like that. But again, I had a vacation and it was a pretty good, downright good vacation. So it is what it is. And again, I don't lie. I tell nothing but the truth, and I'll say it again. I don't lie. I tell nothing but the truth. So some of you might think that I lie about having a ranch, but really, I work on a ranch. So you gotta do what you gotta do to keep these animals fed and all that good stuff. So okay, I guess I'll catch you on the flip side and all that other good stuff. It's all good. All good. And wait it out and see what happens, I guess. That type of ordeal is going to be what you got. And what you got going on right now, who knows? Okay. So, I mean, 5 o'clock traffic happens. 6 o'clock traffic happens. But I mean, if you're working on a ranch, you ain't got to worry about too much about traffic because it's going to go up and not down. The traffic wise is going to go up and then back down. Because I'm saying about 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, traffic will die down. But 5 o'clock, right at 5 o'clock, and you're on an interstate trying to get home and stuff, that traffic is horrible. I'm going to just say good luck getting through it if you're on an interstate trying to get somewhere. So it's like if you're trying to get somewhere, just wait until a little bit after 5 o'clock to get somewhere. Because traffic wise is bad. It's horrible. It ain't like going to Tallahassee or Alaska. Like I said at the very beginning. So You just got to look into what you're wanting to do and figure it out and go from where you're wanting to go. Figure it out, guys. Figure it out. Figure out what you're wanting to do with your life. Figure out what you're wanting to do for a career and stick to it and do what you got to do. Okay? Whether you're wanting to landscape or do what you got to do. But you know how hard it was for me to find a career? Really hard, because I went from landscaping, I went from being a handyman, freaking police officer, and I didn't know what career I wanted. So here I am, sticking to being a cowboy, taking care of animals, because the animals for my career are what I need to do and take care of. So it's all good, and it figures out that whenever I retire, I'm going to have me a good retirement. But I'm not going to retire until I'm in my 90s. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm not going to retire unless I'm in my 90s or a little bit before that. So I'm going to say like 40s, 30s. But probably in my 90s, I'll probably retire, or in my 50s or 70s or 80s. Probably in my late 80s, I will be retiring. There we go. My late 80s, I'll retire from being a cowboy. But as of right now, I'm always going to be a cowboy. And if you guys see me out and about at like Publix, Tractor Supply, Lowe's, Home Depot, God forbid, take a picture with me. Cowboy hat or not. Just take a picture with me. I wouldn't have a problem with it, But it is what it is, and life is going to be life. Okay? And again, I don't lie. I tell nothing but the truth. All right, y'all. Stay tuned for more videos and more live videos. I'm sorry for whoever missed out. See ya.